Episode 8 is just around the corner, and I'm going to go to Valorant's YouTube channel and see what they've posted about it. Omen's bonsai practice helps him focus and keep himself from being ripped apart. Hashtag build the world. I wonder what people are saying about this. Let's go and find out.
I wish I had a replay system so I could see Omen's skills whenever I want.
A replay system would help Omen focus more of his bonsai practice.
I think a replay system would help Riot from being ripped apart by the community.
It is 2024 at the time of this video, and in exactly 6 months, Valorant will be 4 years old, if you can actually believe that. And in the 3.5 years that Valorant has been around, we have seen a lot of ups and downs, and currently we are in a valley period of this game.
Reeling them in.
She's stuck. Content is more stale than it's ever been. We know exactly what to expect from this game, and still after all this time, there is many missing features that Valorant has. And today, I'm going to rank them. I'm Justin, and this is Valorant's top 5 features that need to be added in 2024. A disclaimer before we begin with this list, I'm going to include quality of life things as well as things that we're not really talking about. Obviously, everybody knows that we want a replay system. It's only in every single comment section on everything Valorant related. And on this video, I want to focus on quality of life features and little things that would greatly help the game. With that in mind, number 5, buddy variants. Almost every single premium collection that came out last year had a buddy that would change colors and variants along with the variants that you were using on the skin itself. Side note, in 2023, the Araxis buddy is one of the only buddies that did not change colors that year for some reason. But to stay on topic, if we take a look at the Reaver buddy, it will change with every variant of Reaver and only Reaver. And I'm here to propose that we should be able to change the colors of buddies that can change colors whenever we want to. In a game like Valorant that has cosmetic-based items, we the community are always going to be searching for ways to stand out and be unique in our own right. And premium buddies are already sort of a disaster. We will get into that. And I think that being able to choose the variant of the buddy that you have would be something fun and creative because it would unlock more buddy combos that we could do with our skins to really give more value to the buddies themselves. Honestly, it would be really fun, really simple, and they could add it in right now if they truly wanted to do that. Number 4, skin presets. This list is for the most part measured in importance of what we need now. Coming in at number 4, we have skin presets for the very simple reason of just trying to make the UI on Valorant better, more responsive, and to above all, just spend less time trying to find whatever skins or buddies you want to equip. There are many layers that we can break down with this to improve the quality of life on Valorant in the UI, but specifically at a minimum, let us equip all of our favorite skins and all of our buddies and save it as a preset and allow us to swap between them. The bar for Valorant's UI is dangerously low at this current point. They've tried to improve it with the overhaul of the UI. They also added in the ability to search for sprays, but it's just simply not enough. And to be quite honest, at a minimum, we should be able to search for skins and more importantly, buddies. A huge reason we would need presets to begin with would be the buddies alone, because going through and equipping your favorite buddies can take forever because it's very loosely alphabetically organized. There is around 300 buddies all on one list that you have to navigate through to find this stuff. And without the ability to type in what you're looking for, it can make swapping buddies between your skins incredibly complicated. But with presets, you can equip the skins that you have the way that you like them, whether it be a themed collection or not, with the proper buddies that you pick out. And then instead of having to go into the inventory every single time and individually pick everything, you could just set a preset and swap between them, saving yourself a tremendous amount of time. And as it currently stands, I myself have every single skin in the game and I never equip buddies because it's just too hard to do it. I can never find the ones that I want to. Number 3, stop removing maps. At the end of 2022, Valorant went on record and said that having a 7-map pool made it better for the player, citing too many maps being overwhelming. And heading into episode 8 at the time of this video, we are going to be losing 3 maps being Haven, Pearl, and Fracture. Haven of which being the newest removal from the game, leaving Fracture and Pearl lost to the hands of time. Many players are not going to like this sentiment. There is not an overwhelming amount of maps on Valorant. The sad reality is that Valorant is competitive enough. And while that may be the main argument for why we should only have 7 maps, including that with Pro Play, we already have a premier game mode. We already have a ranked game mode. Pro Play is entirely different from queuing on the live servers. And at the end of the day, this could literally all be solved with a simple map ban system. And going back to Valorant's most recent tweet about the maps coming in episode 8, it heavily insinuates that these maps are going to be removed from all of the casual game modes. Why? Who does that help? The entire point of map pools in general is for the competitive player, and because quote unquote it's overwhelming. You want my opinion? I think it's overwhelming to queue into Breeze 3 times in a row. I think it's a little bit overwhelming to get Sunset 7 times in a row. At a certain point, we need to realize again that Valorant is competitive enough, and some people just like to turn on the game to have fun. It's a video game after all. Go ahead and make changes to the maps, just stop removing them from the casual game modes, and at a minimum, add a map banning system. Nobody wants to choose specifically what map to play, but at least give us an option to narrow it down so we don't end up queuing into the same maps that we don't like over and over again, and we no longer need a 7-map pool in 2024. Number 2. More things to do. This was a very hard one to include on this list because it's a very general way to put this, but specifically speaking, Valorant needs more challenges for the Battle Pass, more events for things like holidays and just celebrations in general, and something that will be good for Riot and the consumer is celebrity and pop culture crossovers. When we think about Valorant on a casual level, we think of the things that we have to do. There's a few game modes, and by playing those game modes alongside the experience of playing the game, we're rewarded with XP, which will go towards a Battle Pass, free or premium, that will contain things like skins, buddies, cards, Radiant. Then occasionally we will also get a season event pass as well, which will contain more free things like cards, sprays, and Radiant. Lockdowns are over. I think it's time to be a little bit more adventurous and actually try to put an overwhelming amount of content into the game. So let's go in order here. Challenges for the Battle Pass. The challenges on Valorant right now to finish the Battle Pass are so boring and so stale. And some of the worst challenges that you can get is playing 10 games and playing rounds, which is literally nothing. At least for the casual game modes, give us things that are more interesting. Give us challenges that are specific to modes to get us to have reasons to actually want to play these modes. Provide challenges that challenge us, the player, to step out of our comfort zone like playing other agents. And believe me, I am absolutely not talking about including this stuff in ranked. Competitive integrity is important, but again, Valorant is competitive enough, and in 2024, we need to focus on the casual side of things. I want to see ridiculous challenges that are available in all of the casual game modes. Next up, holiday events, special events. At the beginning of this, I talked about how there are season passes, and while that is okay, I think that we could go even further beyond that. Bare minimum, every holiday that there is, we should have something based around that, let alone a season pass. During the winter time, at least one of the maps should be converted to a winter themed map. During Halloween, you could do the exact same thing. And when you think about holidays on this game, how is Valorant, the game that is known for being cringe edator heaven, not have a Valentine's Day holiday themed season pass? It makes no sense. They could just print money. It is that simple, that easy, and you could still have competitive and premiere mode be entirely disconnected from all the other casual game modes that could get this stuff. Lastly, celeb crossovers. This ties into the events thing, but the only celebrity crossover that we have had on Valorant was from Zed doing the Zed Spectrum collection. This is one of the biggest drops that the game has ever had, and this was only something that we could just purchase. With a community like Valorant's that loves anime as much as it does, how have we not had any sort of anime crossover with a skin bundle or an event on the game whatsoever? As well, throughout the years, we have seen celebrities posting on social media about how they enjoy playing Valorant. One of the more crazy ones being Kourtney Kardashian posting to her Instagram story that she was literally playing Valorant. Regardless of how you feel about that person, if I were working at Riot, I would have immediately looked at that and said, what can we do to include you in our game somehow? Anything is fun, and when you look at Fortnite and all the crazy stuff that they do, having Eminem concerts, having The Weeknd be on the game, it's just absurd to me that a game like Valorant, which has the numbers to back it up, which has our money to back them up, can't provide just a little bit more. And it is really something I would like to see change in 2024. Number 1. A complete rehaul to Kingdom credits and the way that we view the Battle Pass. The entire point of this video was to bring up things that we are not necessarily being super vocal about compared to things like a replay mode and gifting and all that stuff that we've been promised throughout the years. And we can look at a huge problem with the game with Radiant and a strange non-factor with the game being the Kingdom credits, and we can take the two and combine them to create a happy middle part. Everybody knows it. It's obvious. It doesn't need to be said. Radiant is an absolutely ludicrous, unfair, malicious system designed to generate as much revenue as humanly possible. And in 2023, they added the Kingdom credit system, which was really exciting on paper before it actually dropped, where we found out the prices of everything, that there was a 10,000 cap of the Kingdom credits. They entirely removed the XP system from unlocking agents and instead replaced it with the Kingdom credits, which makes it way harder and way more of a stale grind to get the agents. And above all, Kingdom credits in 2023 was a huge L, and going into 2024, we need to fix it, and here's how we can do it. Right now, the actual only way that you can get Radiant is by playing the Battle Pass, or by having a season event, or by just buying it. I'm about to end Riot's whole career in one sentence. Convert Kingdom credits into Radiant. What's the point of having an in-game currency if we can't spend it on anything? The current way that Kingdom credits operates makes it be so you can buy buddies, cards, and sprays from the old battle passes, and potentially agents. The biggest issue with Kingdom credits when it first dropped is that there is no way to get these skins from the previous battle pass. And while I think that a Kingdom credit cap is necessary to prevent people from selling accounts, a huge solution that would keep people playing the game and keep their revenue stream steady is allowing us to use our Kingdom credits on Radiant. It doesn't even need to be a lot, because people play that much anyways, to the point where even if the conversion of Kingdom credits was very minuscule, like 5,000 for 5 Radiant, it would still end up being more than enough to get those upgrades and to get those variants without having to break your bank anymore. And along with this bullet point, I think it's important to mention the way that we view the battle pass. Kingdom credits are wildly flawed because you can only get so many things from the old battle passes. And there's an argument to be made about not getting the skins from old battle passes because technically speaking, skins from the battle passes do have tiers just like all the other skins in the game, premium or otherwise. Whether or not it's select or deluxe, and let's not forget that all knives are considered exclusive edition. This stuff does have tiers, and when you look at the cost of other collections that cycle into the store being select or deluxe, I can understand why it would be hard to actually give this stuff away for Kingdom credits, which doesn't technically cost money. This is somewhat of a clerical fix and a word of mouth style fix. All battle pass items, including the knives, should have their own tier. Arguably, all the knives should also have their own tiers as well, if not being the same tier as the collection that it's from. First and foremost, this would just make a lot less clutter in the UI in general. And when we look at all the previous battle pass stuff, why do we consider it to be on the same level as Champions and Arcane, which also never comes back into the store? I am not proposing that it is easy to get this stuff back, but this all ties into each other with Radiantite being way too expensive, Kingdom credits being way too worthless, where we can meet somewhere in the middle and have somewhat of a grind to get at least one of these skins back from a previous battle pass. I think that it should be hard to do this. I think that it should be costly in terms of the time converting to Kingdom credits to do this, but it should be possible because battle pass stuff should just have its own tier and should not be considered on the same level as something like Champions. However though, thank you so much for watching. As always, I'm Justin and you're not. Like the video if you did enjoy, and let me know what are your changes that you would like to see to Valor. What are some things that people aren't really talking about that maybe you feel that you're the only person who acknowledges? Leave your comments down below on what you would like to see in Valorant in 2024, and I will see you guys in the next one. Subscribe.
Cultivate, let the word go resonate, dominate your mind. If you need me, I can demonstrate. Synthesize the rhythm and forget about your mistakes. Let it go, let it go. Cultivate, let that word go resonate, dominate your mind. If you need me, I can demonstrate. Synthesize the rhythm and forget about your mistakes. Let it go, let it go.